Once upon a time on Christmas Day, a young boy was ready to play. He received a new game, you see, for his TurboGrafx SuperCD. He unwrapped the gift and took it apart, impressed at the look of the cover art. But reading the manual, his interest grew slim, as playing a storybook was of no interest to him. "What the f*** is this?" he would say, as he quietly tucked it far, far away. Until now. It's time to gather around, boys and girls, for some Loom. While mostly known as a fantasy graphic adventure game, Loom essentially is a storybook that you somewhat control. It was developed by LucasArts in 1990, appearing on various computers, eventually weaving its way to the TurboGrafx on SuperCD in 1992. In Loom, you do indeed play a storybook, but the main gameplay mechanic revolves around drafts, which are magical 4-note tunes played on a distaff. Enter Bobbin, the game's playable character, a young, inexperienced member of the Guild of Weavers, who ends up on a big adventure after being summoned by the Elders. As Bobbin, you must trek your way across various landscapes, making new friends, solving mysteries, and gaining musical experience. If you look closely at the manual, the goal of Loom is to unfold a rich and thought-provoking fantasy. Notice it also says, quote, "You can never be stranded while playing Loom." In other words, you never truly die. I find it interesting that the manual here is almost like the game designers talking to the players, saying, "Trust us, you'll enjoy this, damn it." The control you have in the game involves moving your character around, interacting with some items, and playing notes, essentially solving puzzles with the distaff. You have a mouse-like pointer on screen, and clicking around will move your character. Obviously, an actual mouse would have made this a little more fun, but it's passable, although Bobbin tends to walk very slow. Stopping the pointer on an object or area of substance will reveal an examination window at the bottom right. Clicking a second time will cause an interaction, including picking up items, studying an object, and more. It isn't always clear what you can click on, so you really need to search around the whole screen. This interaction can also reveal the various musical notes. Immediately after spinning up the disc, you'll choose a proficiency level. Each one changes how easy it is for you to play the tunes. Practice is very easy, holding your hand a bit. Standard is pretty much in the middle, and Expert basically forces you to learn by ear and hope you can hit the correct spot on the staff. Each draft is a different type of magic, and you'll need to study them all, some even in their reverse order, to move forward. All I can say here is grab a pad and pencil. You'll need to memorize these drafts as they are woven. With that said, the book of patterns in the manual lays out all the drafts you'll learn with blank spots for writing in the notes. But use a pencil because the game mixes up the notes in subsequent plays, which honestly is a great thing, as this helps with the replay value as you need to relearn the drafts if you play again. At first, Bobbin can only play 3 notes, but as you accomplish goals and progress, you'll level up in a sense by learning a new note up to a total of 8. An example of puzzles to solve are opening doors, untwisting a tornado and a set of stairs, healing a young boy, and dyeing sheep a green color so they can blend in with the grass. Yeah, never mind. Loom exhibits very smooth animation, and the entire game is lavish in color, elegant, and, well, it feels like a nicely designed storybook, with a letterboxed kind of cinematic touch. Your character is also very expressive and... Wait, where am I? In fact, all the characters are very personality-filled, which truly makes the game special. There is no voice acting here, it's all text on the screen, which isn't that bad. The music is beautifully orchestrated right from the title screen. There aren't many sound effects to speak of, but it kind of works here as everything has a magical sound to it. Even crashing through a plate glass window sounds like this. How lovely. There are times, though, the music will stop when certain notes are given or after menus. Then the game will be in complete silence until you force it to load a new screen, which is bizarre and a bit of a bummer. The controls on Loom are quite simple and solid, but it will take a while to get used to moving Bobbin around. There are times you'll swear he can move somewhere, but he won't budge. Playing musical notes? Click an item, play the notes, and hopefully it'll work. Easy peasy. Unless you do it wrong, then try once more. Again, you can't lose. You can save the game at any time. However, there are 7 specific save points. When you load the game later, it starts you at the beginning of this save point, so plan your time wisely. There is also an option screen by pressing select. Here you can change the amount of time text is on the screen, adjust sound and music, and even cut down the animation to help speed up segments a little. Yeah, a little. Let's get the lead out, Bobbin. Man, did I get sucked into Loom. I was quite surprised. I completely see now the appeal of this game, and I had a great time with it. Overall, it has a very charming and magical feel. Well, except for the couple of times it decides to go morbid. Damn. The story as it unfolds is very interesting and fun, and for me anyway, always held my attention. The game is linear in design as things need to be accomplished in order, but there is a bit of exploration to be had, and you can examine different paths, at least in first place, until you figure out where to go. You obviously watch and read a lot. A fast-paced adventure this is not. There are times you do nothing at all but sit back and chill, especially during some of the loading times. But I guess I knew what I was getting into and allowed myself to get sucked in, and I sure did. In fact, I beat the game a second time on Expert mode. Spoiler alert, there is one additional scene toward the end involving the cleric if you beat it this way. I'm not sure this makes it worth the extra trek, but deciphering the drafts without any hand-holding is quite challenging and fun. And that is the story of Chris and a game he never gave a chance and thought was quite lame. But Loom is proof that fun can be discovered if you never judge a game by the manual's cover. Loom is not a 20-hour quest or anything. In fact, it'll be probably a tenth of that. But it's definitely unique and a very rare experience on the TurboGrafx. Learning and using the drafts is very addicting, and the multiple skill levels, along with mixing up the notes each time, gives it some nice replay value even after you've played through the story. And for now, boys and girls, story time is over. So go to bed.